Hello, this is Jo from Maths Tutor Me. Today we're doing equations and I'm going to be showing you a short method to solve one-step equations. So if you join me for my videos on backtracking and backtracking to solve equations, we learned about inverse operations. And if we can do the inverse operations, then we can find the pronumeral in our equation. So what we're going to be doing this time, the shorter method, is a process called doing the same to both sides, and that involves inverse operations. So let me show you how to do this. Solve each of the following equations by doing the same to both sides. If I have v plus 7 is equal to 8, I want to do the inverse operation of the plus 7, which is to subtract 7. But I have to do it to both sides because equations are like a set of scales. They have to be balanced. So whatever I do to one side, I have to do to the other side. So if I have a plus 7 minus 7, they cancel each other out. And all that will be left here on the left-hand side of my equation is a v. And if I work out what this is, 8 minus 7, I get 1, and that is the value of v. v is equal to 1. Okay, and that's it. That's our short method done. Let me show you that again with all these other examples. So if x plus 6 equals 5, the inverse operation of subtracting 6 is to plus 6. And I do that to both sides of the equation. That will enable this to cancel out. Both of those will cancel out, leaving x by itself. And 5 plus 6 is 11. Let's do it again. Question 3. W plus 6 is equal to 3. So the inverse operation is to subtract 6 to get rid of that. W is equal to 3 take away 6, which is minus 3. So you do need to know your integer rules here as well. We can go into negative numbers. Question 4. 4y is equal to 28. So that is multiplied. The inverse operation is to divide. You can write a divide sign or you can write a fraction. So over 4 over 4. That will cancel those ones out so that y is equal to 28 divided by 4, which is 7. Question 5. K over 9 is equal to 6. So over means divide. The inverse would be to times by 9. Cancel those out. So k is now by itself, and 6 times 9 is 54. Question 6. 5h is equal to minus 30. I need to get rid of this 5 with the h. That's multiplied. The inverse is to divide by 5. Gets rid of that. H is equal to minus 30 divided by 5. A minus and a positive number divided will give a negative answer, and 30 divided by 5 is 6. Question 7. Minus 10d equals to 20. Now that minus 10 is actually multiplied with the d. So even though there's a minus sign there, it's a negative number multiplied with the d. So I need to divide by that negative number. And you can divide by a negative number. So that will get rid of those. D is equal to 20 divided by negative 10. A positive divided by a negative will give a negative. 20 divided by 10 is 2. And 8, which says g plus 3 is equal to minus 4. I need to do the opposite, which is subtract 3 from both sides. Gets rid of that. So g is equal to minus 4 minus another 3. So think of that number line, and going down the number line will make minus 7. Okay, time for you to practice. So I'd like you to pause the video and give these questions a go and see if you're able to get the answers, and then restart to see how you've gone. So for question 1, doing the opposite of adding 2, we want to subtract 2 to both sides. Gets rid of that. So E is equal to 4 minus 2, which is 2. Question 2, 4f is equal to 12. That's multiplied, so we want to divide by 4 to both sides. f is equal to 3. Question 3, j minus 3 is equal to 3. We want to do the opposite of minusing 3, which is to plus 3, which cancels those out. So j is equal to 3 plus 3, which is 6. Question 4, t over 2 is equal to 8. Over means divide, so I need to do the opposite, which is to multiply by 2. That will divide by 2 times by 2 cancels out. So t is going to be equal to 8 times 2, which is 16. Question 5, z over 7 is equal to minus 11. That divide, the opposite is to times by 7. Cancels those ones off. Z is equal to minus 11 times 7 is minus 77. 6, c plus 5 is equal to 1. The inverse of plus 5 is to minus 5. To both sides, we have to do it to both sides. So c is equal to 1 minus 5, which means we have to go into negative numbers, and we get negative 4. 7 minus 3b is equal to minus 18. That minus 3 is multiplied with the b, so we have to divide by a negative 3 on both sides. They will cancel out, so b will be equal to minus divided by minus will make a plus, and 18 divided by 3 is 6. Question 8, n minus 4 is equal to minus 9. I want to add 4 to both sides, gets rid of that. So n will be equal to minus 9 plus 4. Using my integer rules, I will get minus 5. Hopefully you got those answers. Keep practicing and join me next time for two-step equations. Bye.